NBC News legal analyst Danny Cevallos is here to help us break down what can we expect inside the courtroom. So let's stay with that topic of cameras inside the courtroom. What do you think is behind the judge's decision here? Are there pros and cons to having the media there?
You start with New York law. New York's one of the strictest jurisdictions in the country when it comes to cameras in the courtroom. The federal government categorically never allows them in federal courthouses, but New York is pretty close. Even though judges do have some discretion, if you're a judge, and if I were a judge, I'd be pretty risk averse. So I'm going to stay with the general rule, which is no cameras in the courtroom. But at the same time, this is the most momentous arraignment maybe in American history. So what do you do? And it seems like the judge split the difference. But by split, I mean 10%, 90%. He allowed a smattering of photographs, a smattering of images, but these will not be what everyone was looking for, which is full-on video camera coverage in the courtroom. Frankly, I wouldn't have been surprised if he allowed zero photos whatsoever. So this is probably a concession, a tiny one, to be sure. And
one I'm sure Team Trump is happy about. And we know that once Trump appears in court, this is going to become public record, the indictment. What do you expect once these records are unsealed?
We're all looking for the indictment. We're all guessing at what these 30-plus counts reportedly are. It seems like they're going to be related to the Stormy Daniels hush money payments. You might see some Karen McDougal payments there. You might see some New York's version of RICO, corrupt organizations. It seems to me a pretty ripe one, because the idea behind RICO is that you take a company, an organization, and you make it the criminal. You route the crime through that organization while keeping the individuals kind of in the clear. So that, to me, seems like it's a viable option, but we're just not hearing the reporting that it's anything but these Stormy Daniels hush money payments. And I'm holding out that there has to be something in addition to those payments, because I've said it plenty of times. I think that's going to be a tough uphill case to prosecute if that's all they have.
Yeah, a lot to learn from that indictment. I got two questions for you here. Do you expect to see felonies, or at least a felony, in that indictment? And if so, getting there, it seems like it would take an unconventional theory using some federal law to boost this from a misdemeanor. What can you tell us about that?
I absolutely am convinced that we're going to see felonies, but if for no other reason, then you don't convene a grand jury to issue misdemeanors. In fact, procedurally, I'm not even sure that would work. But even if they go forward with the felony, then that'd be falsification of business records, with the basis being that the federal election law violation ups it from a misdemeanor to a felony. That is going to be on shaky ground, and you better believe the defense is going to move to dismiss that felony count if for no other reason. And there are several reasons, but one of which would be that the theory that New York state prosecutors simply don't have jurisdiction to enforce federal election law. No more than New York state prosecutors could charge counterfeiting money, which, as we all know, only the federal government prints money. They enforce that law. Right. You couldn't really have New York state prosecutors enforcing immigration policy or money counterfeiting laws. So that's an example of the separation between the state and the federal government.
All right. We expect to learn a lot more once we actually get that indictment. Danny Cevallos, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.